Hello, Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. A very warm welcome to each and every one of you. For those of you who are new here, my name is Marnie, also known as Intuitive Butterfly. I do not edit my videos. What you see is what you get. So some days it gets really interesting. And for those of you who are returning, thank you for continuing to support my channel. I will put timestamps down below for all of the readings. If it seems like I'm rushing a little bit, I am rushing a little bit this month. I am recording this under the influence of our wonderful annular eclipse, which is coming up here. Tomorrow, I'm recording this really close to the release date. And as well, I've been out in the desert for the past couple of days, and I've been living without power. I've been living without air conditioning in temperatures exceeding 104 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 degrees Celsius in, yeah, it's just been very hectic. Okay. Enough about me. Let's get on. We're going to tap into the energy of Taurus initially here. Okay. All right. So these readings are general readings intended to cover the time frame between October 15th and October 31st, Halloween. Let's dive in. We've got cards jumping out all over the place here for you, Taurus. Another one out. All right. All right, we're going to do things a little bit differently here today. My son is going in and out of the RV. He's driving me completely bonkers. Every time he goes up and down the stairs, that everything shakes. A couple of deep breaths here so that I can tap in. All right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards that have come out here for you, Taurus, with regards to your initial part of your reading. We've got the 9 of Spring, also known as the 9 of Wands. This is a card indicating that at this time, you need to be making preparations for the future. You need to be protecting the fruits of your labor. You need to be in this place of preparation is really what this card is about. You have the Lovers coming up. Now, I can tell you, you're not the first zodiac sign to have the Lovers come out at this time. This is indicating that for many people, their relationships and the dynamics in their relationships are changing. Both familial relationships, romantic relationships, as well as business relationships and partnerships are changing and shifting at this time, Taurus, and you are caught up in this as well. You have the 5 of Autumn here. The 5 of Autumn is indicating that right now it is not a great time to be making a career change. Even if you perhaps have been considering it and you're not feeling as comfortable or secure as you could be right now, this card is indicating don't be making any rash decisions with regards to career. That card being right next to the Lovers card or the partnership card, again, probably not a good time to be making big decisions about partnerships. You have the 3 of Winter here as well. 3 of Winter corresponds to the 3 of Swords in the traditional tarot. If you look at the picture on the traditional tarot, for the 3 of Swords, it is a picture of a heart with 3 swords being stabbed into it, indicating that, yeah, based on this card saying, protect the fruits of your labors, protect what you've tucked away in your 401k or your RRSP at this time, right next to the Lovers card, which is indicating a change or a shift in your partnerships, be those romantic relationships, familial relationships, or business partnerships. That's then next to the 5 of Autumn, also known as the 5 of Pentacles. Not a good time to be making big decisions regarding money and finances and career. And then you've got the Three of Swords coming in here, indicating that there is a change or a shift happening. And you are, Taurus, somehow emotionally really, really invested in the outcome of this. And because your emotions are so tied into this decision and this change and this shift that's happening here, you may be a little clouded in your decision making. But the final card that came out here for you is the 10, which is also known as the Wheel of Fortune. This card here. And this card is a card indicating delays are over. Spin the wheel of life, spin the wheel of fortune. It is time for you to take that chance. These cards are indicating there's a change and a shift coming, whether you like it or not. And this final card is saying, spin the wheel, put yourself out there, take a chance. Sudden or expected good luck is the other message of this card for you, Taurus. So let's have a look at a couple of different areas of your life as well, going forward into the mid to late October. Let's take a look at what you're focusing on. Because these initial cards that I pulled are kind of like where you're at now here as I record this in the middle of October. Oh my goodness. The card that just popped out is the Three of Swords from this particular deck. It's the Three of Clouds, also known as the Three of Swords. This is the card of isolation. This is the card indicating that for you to be able to make this decision, you do need to make this decision by yourself, Taurus, when it comes to this relationship. And this changing dynamic in potentially a business relationship or a romantic relationship. I want to say for a lot of you, this is more about the change in a business relationship as opposed to a romantic relationship. Although for a minority of you, it is about a romantic relationship. But for the vast majority of you, this is more about something that's not romantic, a partnership that's not romantic. But this decision that you need to make at this time about this change or this shift that you are very emotionally invested in, you need to make that decision or that choice from a place of isolation, from a place of withdrawing backwards from it. And that's going to be your work, your focus as you move through. Sorry, there's a fly that's bugging me. So if you're seeing me frantically wave my hands around, it's because there's a fly that keeps landing in my hair and buzzing around here. I apologize. I do not edit my videos. This is going out to the masses, whatever. Okay, Taurus. So with this isolation card, go within. In order to be able to make this decision that you need to make about this relationship right now is not the great time to make the final decision, but it's definitely the time when you need to be thinking about it. You know that a decision needs to be made. Ultimately, the outcome indicated by the Wheel of Fortune is that it's going to be a good one. But again, you're focusing mid to late October, going within. Is there anything challenging, Taurus, at this time? I do want to encourage you as well, Taurus, to watch the videos for any other signs, zodiac signs that you have a significant amount of in your charts. But in particular, oftentimes when I release the videos as the earth, air, water, and fire, what happens is there's a lot of commonality between each of the signs contained within one of the elements. All right, so yes, for your challenge, we have the Chariot, and the Chariot is about good things rushing towards you in your life. However, the caveat to the Chariot is that At the bottom here, hopefully this is coming into focus. You have two characters. I guess you could call them sphinxes. They do kind of resemble sphinxes down at the bottom of this card. And you have one that is black with white stripes, and you have one that's white with black stripes. What does this mean for you, Taurus? It means that you have a decision that you need to make. This is about balancing the yin and the yang. This is about balancing the white and the dark, the light and the dark. This is an indication that there's a choice you need to make before the good things can come barreling into your life on a chariot. Again, it's the same thing with this Wheel of Fortune. You know that there's a decision of some kind that you need to make at this time. Once you make the decision, it sets the wheels in motion for the Wheel of Fortune and good things to come into your life, for the Chariot to come barreling into your life and bring you tidings of good fortune. But both of these cards, especially the way everything has come out, indicates you need to make these decisions and these choices before the good things start to happen. Because right now, with the Three of Swords or Three of Winter having come up twice, you're so emotionally invested and so caught up in the mind chatter that you're almost like in that that freeze or fight or flight, and you're not making the decision. So the universe is delaying the results for you. So ultimately that's your work right now, Taurus. All right. We're going to pull a card of a message that you need to hear at this time. Okay. All right. We've got a few messages that have come out here. Let's take a look. Kindness counts. Okay. This card, in the context of you needing to make a decision with regards to a partnership here, this card is telling me that one of the things you need to take into account at this time, Taurus, is it's not about win or lose. It's about finding an equal solution or a balanced solution. And again, with the yin and the yang being represented here, and the light and the dark and so on, it is about finding an amicable solution for everyone. Feel joy in all that you do, right? Because when you're caught up in this kind of stuff, you might forget about joy and learn from your mistakes. All right. Let's have a look at your, I'm being told to just go directly to your general overall outcome. And we're going to go over here. Okay. Yeah. All right. Now I can see why we were told to go directly to your general overall outcome. I don't know what two of these cards are. This is the way that they came out, but I do know what this card is. This is the card of autumn. This is the card of let go of the old and rest. That's what it says right there on the card. Autumn. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Nah, it doesn't really want to focus. Okay. So you'll just have to take my word for it. Release the old and rest. And now my camera doesn't want to focus at all. Not liking this. All right, there we go. Release the old and rest. There we go. I finally got it to focus. Okay. Next card, snake. Shed the old skin. Oh my goodness. Are you seeing a pattern here? Move beyond ancestral patterns. Taurus, you have as your final general overall outcome 3 cards, all saying you are desperately holding on to something from the past. And I had already said that. You've got the 3 of Winter here, 3 of Swords. You've got the 3 of Clouds, also known as the 3 of Swords here. You are desperately clinging to the past at this time and clinging to an old belief system or ancestral pattern that no longer serves your highest good. If you want to be able to move forward and grow, as indicated by the Chariot and by the Wheel of Fortune, Taurus, right now is a perfect time for you to do that. Under this eclipse, this annular eclipse, move out your old belief systems. There's something that you are holding on to, Taurus. And I believe that the last couple of readings that I've done for you guys is similar, where you are grasping at something right now. You're holding on to something and it's not serving your highest good. One of the things that comes up for me, just really quick, before I wrap up your reading here, Taurus, is that I think some of you know that you need to make a decision or a choice, but you are concerned about the consequences. That would be this 9 of spring that came up here. You're concerned about how you're going to come out and where you're going to fare in all of this. You don't want to hurt someone else's feelings, but you also don't want to suffer financially as a result of the termination of a relationship. And yet that termination of the relationship, be it a business relationship or a romantic relationship, that severing of that relationship is necessary for you to be able to move forward in your life. And I do feel or sense that there has been a stagnation for you over the past number of months. And it is time for you to either say, yes, I'm in, and make that commitment and stay in that relationship, or it is time for you to cut the ties and finish this off. That's what these cards are saying. Now, I want to point out with a snake, the interesting thing with the snake is a snake cannot grow unless it sheds its old skin. That is how snakes get bigger and bigger and bigger. We are the same when it comes to us being able to grow emotionally, spiritually, all of these different ways that we want to grow as human beings. We can't do that if we continue to maintain and hold on to our old belief systems of, if I terminate a relationship, I'm going to end up with nothing. That's not the way it has to be. There are ways around it. Right now, chances are, Taurus, that you're already living with that lack, because you're living in a fear of lack, because you're living in that fear that if you terminate this relationship, there will be more lack. But the sooner that you finally go ahead and make this decision that you need to make, the sooner you go ahead and do that, the sooner you can begin to work upon creating the additional abundance that you want. All right, I'm going to leave that off for you, Taurus. I'm going to move on to the readings for Virgo and Capricorn. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Like I said, I encourage you to watch the other videos for the earth signs. I do believe that that is important. I think that there might be some similarities in these readings, so I guess we'll find out. And we're going to move into the reading for, just going to get these all put away. All right, Virgo, you're up next. Okay. Virgo, let's start pulling your cards. Let's see what comes up for Virgo for mid to late October, including the energy of the annular eclipse, as well as Halloween. Oh, goodness, that one is all the way over on the floor. I will have to go and get that one. Okay, so Virgo, we have the Nine of Pentacles, which happens to be one of your cards. And the Nine of Pentacles has come up in the upright position. Hopefully my light is not going to reflect on that too badly. There we go. Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is a card of you have made it so far, so well. You're doing well financially. You're doing well in business. There is more that you want, but you also have the opportunity right now, not necessarily to step back into laziness or complacency, but you do have the opportunity to be able to say, all right, things are good. I'm doing okay. But there is a delay in your future as well, because you've got the Nine of Cups in reverse coming up here. And this is a card of, it's interesting here that you've got the Nine of Pentacles as well as the Nine of Cups, two nines coming in. But the Nine of Pentacles, or sorry, the Nine of Cups is the card in reverse of you're trying to control things too tightly. This card is saying, you know what? You've made it and things are good, and you can sit back and breathe that sigh of relief. And on the other hand, this card is saying, if you try and force things, your cups are going to end up upside down and end up empty. You cannot control absolutely everything going on in your life at this time, Virgo. That's essentially what this is saying is sit back, take a deep breath, relax a little bit, and don't forget, you can't control everything. And I don't know, because I'm not a super religious person, but there is the saying about grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And like I said, I'm not a religious person. I just know that saying from being on this planet more than 50 turns around the sun, as they say. And that's what's coming up for me, Virgo, at this time is, you know, you have the knowledge and the wherewithal to realize what you can change and what you can't change, what you can control and what you cannot control. Let's have a look at what you're focusing on. What are the Virgos focusing on at this time? Interesting. Oh, there we go. Okay. So we have got 4 cards that have come out here for you. Interesting. You have another 9. Are you kidding me? You do. Now you have the 9 of Swords. This is the card of catastrophism. It's one of the things that you're focusing on right now, because this card here with this 9 of Cups in reverse is reminding you that you cannot control absolutely everything. If you see me waving stuff around and patting my head, it's because there's a fly in the RV and it's bugging me, and I don't edit my videos, so I apologize. Okay. You have the Trust card. This is one of the things that you are working on right now for mid to late October, Virgo. Trust. Trust in the process, trust in life. You'll notice the character on this card is just someone who's taking a flying leap of faith. What are they taking a flying leap of faith into? The 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands is a card indicating that there may be some travel coming up in your future, but the 8 of Wands is also a card of leaving the past where it belongs, which is in the past. There's something that you're being called upon to leave in the past. You have the 2 of Cups here, the friendliness card. This is a card of accepting people for where they are at in life right now, accepting people for their differences as well as their similarities. And you have the 9 of Swords here. This is the card of catastrophism. I mean, come on, Virgo. You've got good cards coming up here with these two nines, the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. You've got good cards here indicating that you are learning to trust in the process of what's going on in your life. There's a possibility for physical travel coming up in your future, but as well, you are walking away from that which no longer serves your highest good. You are at that point in life where you are accepting people for who they are. You are meeting people for where they're at. And then you throw the Nine of Swords into it. And the Nine of Swords is saying, yeah, well, I'm just going to worry about everything. Let's try and get rid of that card. You don't need it. All right. Is there anything challenging you guys for the last half of October besides this Nine of Swords? Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right. We're going to mix these up again a little bit more, but we do have, actually we're not, because I've got two cards that split out by themselves for you guys, and there's one more card here that's not going, the diamond. Yes, the diamond. Okay. What's challenging you? You have this Nine of Swords here, Virgo. I'm going to go back to this Nine of Swords for a minute. Our thoughts create our realities. Right? So if we are living in catastrophism, we're lying awake in bed at night, worry, 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 then what are we going to bring into our lives? We're going to bring in worry and catastrophism into our lives. So one of the things that's challenging you right now is you're not recognizing your own radiance and that you are a diamond. Diamonds always start in the rough, and then they become these beautiful, shiny, radiant gems that are coveted the world over. And you really are a diamond, but you got to get out of your own head. You have rainbow, beauty, reminding you again, Virgo, of your own inner radiance and what you have to share with the world. You have something to share with the world. But you seem to have forgotten that. And you have the lotus coming up in your challenges, Virgo. Each and every one of the signs of the cards in the oracle card decks usually correspond to a tarot card. And this particular card corresponds to the death card. It's not about death, but it is about saying goodbye to the past. And Virgo, that's really what's coming up. There's something that you need to let go of. You need to let go of something. You need to trust in the process. Again, you need to let go of something. I said that with this Eight of Wands here. When you finally do that and you get out of your own head and this catastrophism here, beautiful things are going to come out of it. Look at this lotus. Look at how beautiful that flower is. And the lotus flower is coveted the world over because it is rare and beautiful and so on. And that's you, Virgo, right now. But this coming up in your challenges is indicating that you've somehow forgotten it. And so I'm reminding you. Messages you need to hear at this time. Okay, apparently you have just one message that needs to be heard at this time. Never judge another. Okay. Message you need to hear at this time. All right, and final general overall outcome. Where are we going? We're going over here. Actually, we're going over to the same deck that I pulled the final general overall outcome for the Tauruses as well. Oop, there's one card out. Final general overall outcome for Virgo. Okay, so we just have the one card that's out here. Let's have a look. Mother Earth, feel love and comforted. Again, Virgo, let me reiterate, you are magical. You are wonderful. You are a diamond. You are beautiful, just like a rainbow, and you are rare. Two cards that indicate rare, diamonds and rainbows. This is your reminder, Virgo. That fly is driving me insane. You are beautiful, Virgo. Embrace that. Embody that. Become that. All right. I'm going to leave it off there. Okay. Moving along to Capricorn. Capricorn, just give me a moment to put all of the cards back into their respective decks from the previous readings, and we will get yours started. If you do see me swatting and rubbing my head and moving around in very strange, unusual ways, Capricorn, it is because there are a number of flies that have decided to take up residence in my RV and become a pain. Okay. Capricorn. Going over here. Let's get started. Okay, looks like we just have the one card. Nope, there we go. Sure as I say it, right? Okay. Let's get started. This is the first card that came out. Ah, the Fool, the Dreamer, the Zero card from the Major Arcana, the very first card of the tarot for you, Capricorn. What is this telling me? Well, it is telling me that you are bound for a new, I'm just going to put these in the order in which they came out. This was the final card here. Okay. The Dreamer is telling me that you are bound for a new beginning. Something has ended. These are the cards for where you're at now here under the annular eclipse as I do this reading in the middle of October for you. Something has ended for you, Capricorn, and you are on the verge, on the cusp of starting out on a new adventure. The Fool in the traditional tarot, as well as on this particular card, is portrayed as someone setting out, and they have this long open path in front of them, and they're setting out on a journey, and it's about new beginnings and new lessons that are there for you to learn. And the next card that came out was the Justice card. Again, another card from the Major Arcana for you. And the Justice card is about you realizing that there is a balance that happens in the universe for us. And although sometimes it seems like, oh, my life is crap and everything's going wrong and blah, 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 eventually, because everything is cyclical, there is justice. The universe wants this balance. And so this is being brought into your life right now. The other thing is on less of a psycho-spiritual level and more on a reality check 3D level. The Justice card is a card encouraging you, Capricorn, right now at this time to pay attention to the details. If you must sign a contract or an agreement of some kind at this time, Capricorn, make sure that you are reading, rereading, and maybe even having someone else read and reread a contract before you put your John Henry or John Hancock onto the piece of paper. Okay. You have the Nine of Autumn here, Nine of Pentacles card. This is a card indicating that you have made it in some way, shape, or form with regards to your job. Your efforts have been acknowledged and you're in a good position. It's not that you are now in a position where you can be complacent or lazy, but you are in a position where you can breathe a sigh of relief. For a lot of people who started new jobs, either just before or just after COVID, for a lot of people who started new businesses and went out self-employed after the whole COVID thing, a lot of them put their lifeblood into building a business. They put blood, sweat, and tears into it. They put every waking moment as well as every sleeping moment into it. This card is saying it's okay, you can breathe now. Moving into the 10 of Autumn, which came up right next to the 9 of Autumn. This is the equivalent to the 10 of Pentacles, and this is a card of, although you are able to breathe this sigh of relief now, you also need to protect your assets. 401k, RRSP, make sure that you are investing wisely. Again, with the Justice card leading into these two Pentacle cards here, it is an indication, especially with this 10 and this Justice here, that it might be time to review your financial assets and making sure that you have prepared for the future. The next card that we have is the Six of Wands, also known as the Six of Spring. You'll notice here we have a white horse, but it's also a unicorn. So this is a card of good things are coming into your life. Sixes, again, are about balance, right? 3 + 3 = 6. And we know that 3, 6, 9 are important numbers. If you're not familiar with 3, 6, 9 and certain frequencies and the work that Tesla did, just, yeah. Anyway, the Six of Spring is a card indicating that good things are riding in towards you. And you have the Queen of Winter. Queen of Winter is a card of ride away from that which no longer serves your highest good. In order for you, as I said, in order for you to fully step into this Fool, you are already at that point where you are letting go of something from your past. You're moving beyond the past lessons that you've had, and you're ready to move forward. You're going to pay attention to details and recognize that, you know, justice likes balance in the universe. 9 of Autumn, it's okay to breathe. You no longer need to put in 24/7 of work. You know, maybe cut it back to 18 and 7. I know from being self-employed that there's a lot of work, Capricorn, to being self-employed. And sometimes what's coming in for me, Capricorn, is sometimes when we are self-employed, we almost get to that point where we are addicted to the work that we're doing. We don't know how to step back and breathe anymore, even though this card says it's okay to do so. And this Queen at the end here is basically saying, let go of people or things that no longer serve you. I just decided just to read it because sometimes the cards can say it better than I can. And I just dropped a card on the floor, so let me pick that up. Okay, Let's move on and take a quick look at what you are focusing on. A couple of cards came out there. Okay. Focusing on 2 cards from the suit of fire, also known as the suit of wands. One of these is the participation card. In other words, you are fully, truly embracing, Capricorn, life, and you're living it and you're breathing it. And this has to do with your work. But as well, you've got the creator here, known as the King of Wands. And this is a card of taking action, but it's also a card of success. And given that you also have the Fool here, or the Dreamer card here, there is something brand new manifesting into your life. Not surprising with this Fool card here. There is something brand new manifesting. It's big. It's huge. It is going to take a lot of your time and energy and a lot of your focus at this time, Capricorn. But in the end, it is going to be worthwhile. But just be forewarned that whatever it is that you're working on right now, be that work or career, and I do want to say for a lot of you, it's work or career, but for some of you, for a very small minority of you, there's a new relationship brewing for you guys. And as that new relationship brews, you recognize that relationships are not all sunshine, rainbows, unicorns, etc. You recognize that there is work and energy that needs to be given into what it is that you're creating, and you are creating right now, Capricorn. You're creating a new life for yourself right now. Okay. Let's have a quick peek and see if there's anything challenging you. Okay. So one of the cards that popped out is the Page of Swords in reverse. And the Page of Swords in reverse, as a challenge to you, is a card indicating that you're lacking self-confidence at this time, despite the fact that you've got the Dreamer here and you've got the Creator here, indicating big, beautiful new things coming into your life, new creations coming into your life, despite the fact that you've got this 9 of Autumn here indicating, hey, you can take a breath and you've done well in life. Despite the fact that, you know, the Justice card is coming in. Yes, you need to pay attention to the details, but also something is being brought into balance for you. The 6 of Spring, something good, wonderful news is on its way. In your challenges, you've got this Page of Swords in reverse. And this Page of Swords in reverse is indicating that perhaps at this time, what you are portraying out to the world right now, Capricorn, is this powerful, strong, confident person. And yet inside, you're not feeling that way. Well, these cards are indicating that you should continue to feel powerful, strong, like you are the creator, like you are the dreamer, you are the master manifester. And you also have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse in your challenges, and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse in your challenges is indicating that if you're not feeling confident on the inside, eventually that will manifest to the outside. So this is really, really saying, Capricorn, like, embrace your confidence, embrace your inner self-confidence, embrace that. Oh my gosh, This card flipped out. Messages you need to hear. Possess self-confidence. At the same time that I'm saying to you, right now, the way it seems is that what you are portraying out to the outer world is this very self-confident person, and yet you're not feeling that way on the inside. And eventually, what these two cards are saying is that's going to leak out. That lack of self-confidence is eventually going to leak out or seep out. And so, yeah, messages you need to hear at this time: possess self-confidence. That persona, that confident dreamer, creator persona that you are putting out into the world, feel it and embrace it on the inside as well, Capricorn. Let's have a look here. Okay. For your general overall outcome, you have the dolphin here. The dolphin here is indicating that you are in fact listening. You're listening to the messages of the universe. You're listening to videos such as this one, and you are beginning to fully embrace the confident person that you are. You're beginning to believe it on the inside. Also, I want to point out that as your final general overall outcome, having the dolphin show up and the listening card show up, it does indicate that what's going on with this justice card, you need to pay attention to what you hear more so than what you see. There is just a little bit of that going on. So make sure that you're paying attention to everything. And the final card that you have in your reading here, Capricorn, is the tobacco card. This is the card of reciprocity. This is the card of karma. This is a card of bringing things into balance. There we go. Okay. I just want to go back to this. Possess that self-confidence, Capricorn. Embrace that self-confidence as you move forward through the last half of October, because as you embrace that more and more, there are beautiful things that are going to come out of it. Thank you so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you.